We're going to make plays. We're going to play hard. We're going to do what we got to do. O-line, D-line, toughness, 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 toughness.
Hey, Buckeye Nation. Welcome to the Buckeye Cast, your only commercial-free Ohio State football podcast. These guys were born and bred in the Buckeye State, and they like to talk Buckeye football and drink bourbon. Subscribe and leave a review wherever you get your podcast. Now, pour a drink and pull up a stool. Here's your host, Joe Warwick.
What is up, folks? We are back. Fucking 13 weeks in a row. We are coming up on the greatest week of the year, in my opinion. You got fucking Thanksgiving. You got Michigan. It's fucking Michigan. Anyways, as the man said, please rate and subscribe and review the show. We appreciate it. We love you guys. We've gotten some great responses to the press conference episodes and the player interviews I've been releasing. So please keep visiting those shows and keep hitting the site. We're getting some great stats and shit. So we still have the free shipping going on. So you might want to get in there and get that Christmas present for the Buckeye fan in your life or for yourself. Personally, I would order it for myself, but that's just me. Bourbon talk. Let's quickly go through any bourbon / spirits talk. Jeff, go ahead.
Well, I'm in Illinois visiting the in-laws for the weekend. He's got a nice bar set up down in the basement. And just looking around a little bit ago, I found some moonshine in a nice little jar. So I'll be sipping on some peach moonshine here tonight.
Very nice. I hear
Tastes pretty good, actually.
I'm going to throw plenty of ice on that.
Sure do.
That stuff gets aggressive.
Yeah, he told me. He's like, "Oh, be careful now." That's what he said. I said, "Bill, is this what I think it is?" He goes, "Oh yeah, be careful with that."
Yeah, you'll light the house on fire. Don't open that near a flame.
Right.
Shawn, anything exciting up your way?
No, but I just been enjoying Woodford Reserve Double Oak, something or other. That's nice. That's what I enjoyed. I'm enjoying now, and I enjoyed it yesterday during that game.
Nice. Yeah, that's a keeper. I love that shit.
It's on a roll.
There you go.
It's a winner.
Yeah, it's in the rotation, right? Definitely.
For sure.
I'm just on my usual shit. I did have a Weller 12-year for the win on Saturday evening. So,
nice picture of the big bottle knocking over the little bottle.
Oh, that was the Weller Special Reserve, yeah.
The Special Reserve.
Yeah. Somehow I scored that at ABC. That was a gift. So, obviously, Buckeyes roll 56-7 over Sparty. Like it seems to be many times this season, not really a ball game. Maybe for the first quarter-ish. 49-0 at the half. Buckeyes roll. No red zone issues. I mean, red zone people, maybe you can squash that narrative. 655 yards total offense. I do want to read you something that is always entertaining to me, and I am tending to do this lately. The drive chart. the Ohio State drive chart. This is how it goes. Touchdown, 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 end of half, missed field goal, interception, punt, touchdown, end of game. That first half is chock full of excitement. Second halves lately, not so much. But I just love reading the first half mostly. So, yeah, that was decent. CJ goes for 432, 32 completions of 35, 6 touchdowns, school record, 17 completions in a row. I got some thoughts, but I'll go ahead and let you go, Shawn. You want to give me a quick take on that passing game?
Well, that 17th one was an amazing play all around. I mean, he was throwing kind of off his back foot with pressure in his face, and the way Olave adjusted to that ball, I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, it's one of the greatest plays you're going to see all year.
The fade down the left sideline, yeah.
Yeah, and his adjustment and just 1 foot in, that was a thing of beauty. Well deserved by Olave.
Yeah. 3 receivers, of course, with 100 yards. You got Olave with a $140, 2 touchdowns. Garrett Wilson, 126 with 2 touchdowns, and JSN 105 with a touchdown. Go ahead, Jeff.
That worked.
Is that distribution? Is that what you call that?
Yeah, just keeping people happy. Julian Fleming got a touchdown pass. Super happy to see that.
Yeah.
Olave was cooking. He was on his game Saturday. That was awesome to see as a going out senior, getting the record, 35 career touchdowns.
Exactly.
Thorough. Put everybody on notice right there. I don't know if CJ had his, what they say, the Heisman moment. But the stat line is phenomenal. I mean, that catch by Olave was more of a adjustment by him than it was a great pass by CJ. But you go look at that first quarter, the touchdown down the seam. Yeah. There's not a much better pass than that. He puts it on a rope, threading it, right there at the goalpost.
That one.
Oh yeah. I mean, he put it. Yeah, that ball had to be in one spot, and the receiver had to make a hell of a catch. I mean, it was just just plays like that. Everybody in the country. That's what everybody in the country is like. Oh shit! Yeah, they're on it now.
It's what they do. It's what they do.
Yeah, the deep ball accuracy has gotten much better.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Confidence, like with Fields. Fields' deep ball. You just knew like when he threw it, it's like, oh, it's there.
Yep.
It's getting to that confidence level.
Right. Doing it in the game is key, and the Ohio State receivers just abuse these DBs. I know that this wasn't like probably Sparty's best effort or best roster from a secondary point of view with the injuries and whatnot, but these guys were getting off the line untouched. I mean, Garrett, Chris, all of them, they were getting off the line untouched and just blowing by guys, and like Olave was 10 yards by some of those safeties and corners, just throwing his hand up,
I know. He run right by the corner.
Yeah.
The corner's like, oh shit, what happened?
Yeah. Somebody just went by.
I had to break it down to my daughters during the game that I said, if you're even with the DB, you're leaving. I said I had to teach them I don't know why they're letting the receivers run past them before they turn around and go. I don't know, but
yeah, they were getting off the line clean.
Not sure what the game plan was there.
Was there one?
Yeah, but
I've never been taught defense that way.
The thing is, as soon as you flip your hips to go, they put their foot in the ground, stop, turn around, and the ball's coming.
But you got to get your hands on them. You got to hold them up.
Yeah.
You can't just let them do what they want.
That was my thought. None of our guys are super physically imposing.
No.
I would think
maybe
that
Garrett.
You would want to, he's not a bigger, more physical. Like a Marvin Harrison Jr. probably is our biggest receiver. He appears to be.
Fleming.
Fleming's
a big dude, yeah.
But those guys on the field, like I would think as a strategy, maybe somebody would try, like, let's go cover 2 and just beat them up at the line of scrimmage, and have somebody over top.
I saw this video published by a lot of people that it was a clip of Garrett Wilson getting off the line, and he was doing like they have those scissor hands where they chop your DB's hands to get off of them. He was doing his routine scissor hands to chop a DB, but the DB was 5 yards away. He was doing his routine, but there were no hands to chop. It was awesome.
Now the guy's looking at Garrett's running at him, chopping his hands. He's like, "Oh, what the fuck is this guy doing?"
No, it's that's how good
crazy
he is.
fist.
He's going by him, and he's like, you know what? I'm just going to swing this down without looking because that dude could turn and grab. It's just they're so instinctual and quick like that.
Mm-hmm. Thorough, very impressive. According to how they were rated as far as their defense, their pass defense, we did what we were supposed to do, but still, it was number 7 team in the country, and that's what the non people that aren't paying super close attention to the game, like the fans, just the general public seeing that, we rolled them up. But I think people that know college football knew that this is what we should have been doing to them. But it looks great all the way around.
We did the dirty on them, man. I mean, that was we shut down we ruined their guys' Heisman chances. Boom, he's out. Basically cemented Stroud. I mean, Stroud just doesn't have to suck next couple games. When do they pick that? After the championship week?
I think, So rushing
conference championship games count.
Rushing, Master Teague led the team with 95 yards and a touchdown. I love that the fans were chanting for him to get that last carry down at the goal line. That was huge. Sure. Obviously, Buckeye fans respect what he's done. He did walk out for senior day, even though he's a redshirt junior, I believe. So he technically has more time, whether he's transferring or going to the league, who knows?
Yeah,
he's already in grad school.
Maybe a transfer.
He's in grad school for architecture. So obviously one of the all-time good dudes, I would say. Maybe not a great Buckeye, but dude did his duty, in my opinion. I respect him a lot.
I think if he was healthy and we didn't have other running backs in the program, I mean, he would be a 1,500 yard a year rusher in our offense. Yeah. He could be if he was the man. But in injuries, and other talent, depth. He blew his Achilles, and he has an early injury, too. But great dude, great family. He'll be
perfect time to bring up our bet, Shawn. Perfect time for that. A year ago, I have a note here that you bet me that Master Teague would not run a 4.3 at the combine, or you're going to buy me a bottle of Pappy.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, sure. I have that note.
Check the tape.
You didn't nail down what year, so it could be just a 10. I don't need the 20 or 25.
Oh, okay.
You might want to start doing some shopping around for me for the holidays.
Well, okay. He still has, he may be ready for the combine, but he's not. We don't know if he's going to run a 4.3 yet.
No, he hasn't done it yet. So April, so perfect timing. My birthday, middle of April. Maybe the combine's a little after, so maybe a late birthday gift would be nice.
You have to show me that tape. I don't recall that one.
All right, I will.
Produce the tape.
All right, I'll produce
drunk on tape. Making bad bets.
Bad bets equal bad beats.
I was under distress. You don't know what.
Yeah.
I was speaking on behalf without my will.
Right. So Travion goes for 63 yards. Not a lot of action. Obviously, they're saving him for the next week. Apparently, we have a big game coming up. Mayan Williams, 4 carries. He did have a reception out of the backfield. I thought he looked strong. He had 4 for 35. That's a nice little average. Got a touchdown. I like to see Chop.
I would have thought he had more. It seemed like he had.
It seemed like a lot more. Yeah.
There was a couple times I felt, the last guy got him, and if that guy doesn't cut him out, man, he's going big.
Dudes are dragging from his leg. He's trying to shake him. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he did look strong. He was running physical. Yeah.
Yeah. So they burn Kyle McCord's red shirt. And our guy, the flowing Moulet, gets into the game to polish it off. Quinn Ewers for the win.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Put it
believe
on
it.
his record.
Yeah, I was happy. I was happy to see him out there. I said, babe, the mullet. I said across the room.
Flowing out the bottom of the helmet. Beautiful.
That's all she knows him as. She doesn't even know his name yet. She's like that 18-year-old with the mullet.
Is he 18?
What?
The millionaire.
Yeah.
Just call him the millionaire.
Yeah, the millionaire miner with the mullet.
There you go. So
3M.
Yeah. So defense. We got to talk defense. You guys have an MVP from your defense?
I have long arms as my MVP.
There you go. That's a huge win.
I can't believe how my balls are getting batted down. I mean, time after time, those are huge plays. What was it, 4 or 5 in the first half?
Tyreek and Zach. I had. I think somebody had him in the middle.
Yeah, Tyreek looked like Mutombo in that shit, man. No.
Considering their the offense that they had and what threats they were posing to us, Denzel Burke had a game.
Yeah, he got dinged up there, but yeah, he had I believe Jalen Reed when Burke was covering him. I think I saw one completion of 4 attempts when Burke was on him.
Yeah,
but Reed was only targeted a total of 10 times.
That game got away from them so fast. Their whole fucking offensive plan just went out the window. That dude probably took his original play card. He's like, "Well, fuck this." If we're down 21-0, there's 4 minutes left in the first quarter.
Our offense is our defense now.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we need to get our Heisman candidate the ball. Well, you're down 3 touchdowns. You can't just start running the ball all day. But yeah, I can't believe it.
Yeah, Shawn, I wanted to ask you about that. Were they keeping that Walker ankle injury under wraps or something?
I have no idea. I didn't know. I don't know why he's not playing. Is that what they're saying he's got? Is an ankle injury?
I heard whispers of that late in the week. I don't know if that was not supposed to be leaked or something. He looked like shit. 6 carries for 25 yards, and obviously, like Jeff just said, your game plan kind of goes out the window, and you switch to the other side of the card. Start changing the menu up, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, he did nothing, and then they brought in the other guy. What's his name?
Collins.
Yeah, Collins.
Collins. I thought he looked fresh though in the first quarter. He had a couple of those nice runs where he made a couple guys miss in the hole, and
Yeah.
I thought
And Simmons,
to me at the beginning of the game, Walker looked healthy at least at the beginning of the game. I don't know, but I didn't see anything happen during the game.
Yeah,
I think. I don't know. You start getting that fucking train starts coming, and it's 21-0, 28-0.
right.
You're like,
Shawn,
shit, we can't go power on them.
You guys,
we can't run power eyes
did
anymore.
any of your people up there talk about any kind of injuries?
No, I haven't really heard, and all my Spartan friends are pretty quiet.
Oh, that's shocking.
No way.
I'm sad. Can't believe that.
Yeah, you haven't heard from them since the game, huh? Shocker.
They owe you money or something?
Heard from one. He's like, well, that doesn't really say that much about you guys being that good. I said, yeah, we're probably not that good. I said, who else scored 40? I said, who else put 49 zip on you at halftime?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now Michigan State fans will say, we were a fraud. You guys aren't that good. We were a fraud the whole time.
That would make sense. Yeah, that would make sense.
I think, Shawn, you'd be taking Monday off. You'd be going around collecting all your fucking debts, your cigars.
You got Paulie Walnuts out there getting envelopes.
With that point spread, I heard something ridiculous, like 70+% of the money was on that Michigan side.
Yeah,
Michigan
it
State
was.
side.
79. That's what I saw. Might have been a different site, but yeah, it was well over 3/4.
Vegas builds another building.
Yeah.
It's all right.
That was a nice hit right there, I'll bet.
Yeah. I only paid for maybe one brick. You're welcome.
That's a tough spread, though. I mean, we look at what we did with Purdue, but 2 weeks ago we're beating Nebraska by 8. We're struggling in the red zone against Penn State. So it's just been kind of that up and down. But Vegas knows. I expected us to look good on Senior Day. It just happened. We just looked we were just clicking at full speed. I mean, we're at 100%. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. Georgia, Wisconsin, whoever's got a better defense. The Mullets in Coastal Carolina, I don't know. All of them. Line them all up. We're playing like that. I will play anybody.
Let's finish this up so we can get into Michigan talk because we're already 30 minutes in. 11 guys with TFLs. I want to talk defense real quick. Held them to 5 of 16 on third downs, 224 total yards. Peyton Thorne threw for 158, and a lot of that was on guys like Legend Cavazos and shit. So, D-line domination from the jump. First fucking possession, we had, like we mentioned, Tyreek and Zach in there, batting down balls like they're playing beach volleyball, spiking shit. And Haskell Garrett had himself a fucking day. I do need to give my guy Court Williams a shout out. Court Williams second, by the way. 7 tackles, led the team for the game. 2 TFLs and a pass defense. That guy is starting next year. Fucking guaranteed. Yeah. If not, I need answers.
I hope he stays healthy.
Yeah. Well, the torn ACL, he just came back from after 9 months. So we're seeing the fruits of his recovery, and that is a future Buckeye captain in my estimation. So, quick. We always have comments about the refs. They did actually call a holding penalty on the other team's offensive line. So, note that in your mental Rolodex.
I saw that.
That was once. One holding call in the last 4 weeks, by the way, on a Buckeye D lineman. Keep it moving. What is a catch? Can you guys define what a catch is nowadays?
I saw one guy make a catch and then fumble it yesterday.
Did you see that? Shawn, did you see that?
Can you I was expecting either it's a fumble or not a fumble. Was he down? Because he definitely caught the ball.
Right.
Was it down? Or is it a fumble?
Yeah. My only question was, is he down or not? The shoulder. That was the only question. Was the shoulder before it came with?
Right.
Incomplete pass. The guy caught the ball, did a move, laid on another guy, and reached out with the ball.
This brings back the Clemson game of 2019, right? I mean, guy made the catch, tries to make a football move, as they like to quote it, but it gets stripped or dislodged, whatever, before he goes down. What's a catch anymore? It seems just made up.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how you don't say he caught it with 2 hands, continued it to his body with 2 hands.
He was trying to move forward. He's trying to move forward. He's plowing forward, falling over a player. Fuck.
Part of what really gave me a good impression of Denzel Burke, him fighting on his back for that ball. Yeah, I mean, that's just he's just a deviant. He just fights for every single inch till that whistle's blown. That's what really stood out to me, about him fighting all game. Yeah. Hell of a play. That's a fumble. I think 9 out of 10 times that it gets ruled a fumble.
Yeah. Or down.
It was close with the shoulder. Yeah, the shoulder being down versus the ball being dislodged was really close. But that's always ruled a fumble when it's almost simultaneous.
If you're not down when you're on top of another player, then you're still live. Anything can happen. Yeah. There are no rules. Like the ball can be released if you're not down on top of another defender. It blows my mind how every week we see these examples, especially in college. I don't watch a lot of NFL at all, but it seems like
it's horrible in the NFL too. It is god awful.
It's just random. So anyway, I don't want to dwell on that because we can go all night. And
no, but it's important because it changed the whole game in 2019. It changed the whole semifinal game. Right. Because we scored a touchdown on that play. So.
And you can't nail it down to one conference or one set of referees. It's like all conferences, Big Ten, SEC. Like the SEC were the refs for the Clemson game that fucked us. Yeah. In multiple ways. How many ways?
Right.
So.
I don't say it's just.
I wonder why people think that there's money. Talking billion-dollar industries, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we're going to have one of those NBA referee scandals, but in the college realm in the next 5 to 10 years.
Fucking Donahue.
Exactly. Like
I just think the standards need to be much, much better, and refs need held accountable. And, hey, you make bad calls like this, you're going down the ranks or you're out.
Well, they need to make it a full-time job. Quickly, I don't want to spend much more time. They need to make it a full-time job, not a part-time job, which it is right now. And then they also need to have them answer to the media after the game. That will shape shit up real quick.
Yeah.
Because if it's a full-time job, then they have to answer to a boss. And they're going to be reviewed as a normal employee, just like if you worked in corporate America. So that's a quick answer to cleaning this shit up, getting some of these guys like Snodgrass out of the fucking equation. Our score predictions, we were all pretty much in the same boat. I'll go ahead and take the win there. I had 47-13. Shawn had 48-24. Jeff had 42-16. So you can debate that if you'd like offline. But we really got to get into this. You guys have anything else you want to talk about Michigan State that I might have missed?
Well, that was our most complete game, and the way the defense showed up, by my score prediction, I thought we'd give up something. We gave nothing but a junk time touchdown. So that defense played amazing. If they play at that level, good luck everybody else.
Yeah. I agree. Jeff, anything to close out the Michigan State game?
No, nothing we haven't really already covered. Just a thorough, like you said, offense, defense, special teams. The missed kick, finally missed a field goal. Special teams kind of failed us, but that was a show. That was a show-off game. Everybody hyped it up. Heisman Trophy candidate. He's out of the picture. Big impression. We got the nation recognized. We're going to move up in the standings, especially with Oregon getting blown out. But we might be at 2. We might jump Alabama, possibly
we'll
by that.
CFP
by that
here
win,
later,
so.
but nothing. Yeah, on the Michigan State game.
That was just an emphatic win, man. It was beautiful to see.
All right, so let's start thinking about next week. Let me know how this makes you feel. There it is. The bells. The bell's going to toll for somebody up north. Did you get chills?
I just got chills, bro. Looking about that game again, thinking about it.
Here we go. I just watched the Rivalry documentary on HBO, so I'm definitely emotional. So if I start tearing up, don't look at the video. Barring a random 2021 COVID outbreak in Ann Arbor, we will be playing Michigan this year at the Big House.
Don't give them assholes any ideas, Joe. Don't give them any ideas.
It's already been planted. It's been well circulated across the social media platforms. they are well aware that that's an option. And don't think that they didn't think about that 6 months ago. So at the Big House, Fox, big noon. Also, ESPN Game Day is going to be there. So got a little misty when I saw Herbie singing the alma mater after last week's game. Somebody had like a private camera on him. He was mouthing the words while he's on set after the game.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He got a little misty too. It felt like we had a moment, but anyway, you know what it's all about. Buckeyes going up north. We've won 17 of the last 19, 8 in a row. We got Captain Khaki Pants and all of his glory, all of his shit talking, all of his weirdness. It's just a never-ending.
Non-flammable pants this week, I hope. Non-flammable.
Well, yeah, or just no heaters. Maybe he outlawed heaters on the sidelines. The fucking guy. It looked like it burned right through to a knee brace or something. Is that a knee brace under there? What is that? You got a cast? So I really want to set the stage, though, by using some of Harbaugh's awesome quotes. We've got a building rivalry here with this guy in his fucking mouth over the last year and a half since we didn't play them last year. August 2020, Harbaugh interrupted Ryan Day while he's talking on a conference call. I think it was a Big Ten conference call before the season. It was like August, so before football even started. And he was claiming that Ohio State violated rules by having on-field instruction by coaches that weren't allowed yet. Typical.
His former assistant coach.
Al Washington was training linebackers on the field when he shouldn't be. So Day replied, "How about I worry about my team and you worry about yours?" All right. Then immediately after, this is the coup de grace. Day went into a team meeting and said, "We're going to hang 100 on them." So keep that in mind for the end of this segment, Jeff and Shawn, because I have a question for you regarding that.
Score predictions.
There you go. Next quote. This is just from this Saturday. I'm sorry. Let's go back to July 2021, this year, when asked about beating Ohio State. He said, "We're going to do it or die trying." Okay. So he's finally taking it seriously. Okay. 7 years in. That's good. Next one, from just this past Saturday, after the game. "We want to finish it. We want all the marbles." Not exactly like provocative, but whatever. Do you have any marbles? I'm not sure you need the marbles. Anyways.
We lost all of ours. We need everybody else's.
Yeah. So I get his point. He's looking at it as a stepping stone to get into the Big Ten championship game, which they have not been in yet as a school. Both teams coming in 10-1.
Ever.
Yeah. We know they lost to Sparty back in Week 9, 37-33. Maybe some questionable calls by the refs in that game, but hey, Big Ten refs do what Big Ten refs do.
Put them away,
Yeah. Yep, exactly. And they did not do that. Walker went for almost 200 yards, 5 touchdowns, and most of them were big breakout runs, 20
Heisman Trophy moment. Yeah, Heisman Trophy moments of several of them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So they came out this past week, beat up on Maryland, which they are going to do. They like to beat up on some of these weaker teams and run it up a little bit.
Good plays.
They're going to bring the whole 9. Which reminds me of kind of like how Michigan State used to operate under D'Antonio. They try and pound you physically and then pop some trick plays, maybe a fake punt, fake field goal, whatever.
Yeah.
So
always Antonio pulled that shit.
yeah. So McNamara put up some nice numbers this past week. 21 of 28 for 260, 2 touchdowns, and 2 offensive linemen hit in the back of the head with passes. So that seems to be a record. I'm not sure I've seen that twice in one game. Might want to get those passes over the helmets. This guy that really concerned me, I texted you guys offline about, is Donovan Edwards. They're finally getting him some action. He had 10 catches. 10 catches. He's a running back. For $170 and a touchdown, he had a long 77-yarder. So first of all, the question is, how much are they going to use him, if much at all? Because, maybe they were just trying to get him some action against, a shitty Maryland team. But Hassan Haskins is obviously the workhorse, right, in the running game.
For sure. And Corum's going to be coming back, possibly.
Yeah, that's what we don't know. I'm curious to see how that plays out over the week, if they just dress him, for the...
I think he traveled to Maryland.
Right.
Yeah, because I knew there was talk of him being eligible for the game, or being able to play in the game.
Yeah.
But then I figured when I didn't see him, Harbaugh was going to be just saving him for us.
That makes sense, yeah. And that's what I assumed. But it was interesting that they got him in there. Michigan's offense, 37 points a game. That's 12th in the country. Putting up 448 yards. And it's balanced. It's a pretty balanced attack. 230 through the air, 218 running. Obviously, Harbaugh thinks this is still 1985, and you got to run the shit out of the ball. But they put up 6.2 yards per play. That's 29th in the country, man. That's a big deal. And they'll run it 40 to 50 times a game, typically. But to compare, I want to give you guys the Buckeye defense and their stats. We're only allowing 19 points a game. That's 15th in the country. We've really tightened things down after the first 2 weeks, right?
That's great, really.
Right. And we're 10th in the country against the run, allowing 104. And 4.8 yards per play. That's 16th. So we've really tightened the screws, obviously changing the defensive play calling over to Matt Barnes has made a difference, and maybe changing the scheme entirely, like basically revamping the entire defense has made it different. I am still concerned because the pass average is still like over 250, like in the mid-90s in the country. So not that I think McNamara is your guy to come out and sling it around with Harbaugh.
He won't be the
coach. What do you mean?
We're gonna see the freshman. I guarantee you that freshman will be playing more. I bet McCarthy plays more this game than any game this season. That's my prediction.
But throwing, not just as a running threat.
Oh, they're going to probably use his full set. He is a better scrambler. He's a better moving, mobile quarterback than McNamara. But
right.
No, he's gonna try to test us deep. He's got a big arm.
Yeah.
I expect them to test our DBs. They know where they're I don't know. Their best option is running the ball power. Our best on defense is our D line. So
yeah.
I think Harbaugh gets tricky this game.
Yeah, Haskins has over 1,000 yards already, 13 touchdowns. Corum has almost 800 yards, 10 touchdowns. Donovan Edwards, like I mentioned, who knows how he's going to be used. And then working into the receiver core, you got Cornelius Johnson with 34 catches, 3 touchdowns. They really spread it around with a lot of guys. It seems like every week it's a different guy getting some reps there. Eric All, the tight end. Wilson, the receiver. Blake Corum has 20 catches on the year. I mean, that's more than some of their other receivers. Yeah. Sanders Steele has almost 20.
So number one.
Anthony.
Yeah, but I think he's their big play guy down the field.
He's a threat, deep.
He's an up and coming, man.
Yeah,
exactly.
So,
But typically, they don't really throw a lot of deep balls. I mean, McNamara has a lot of his throws are close to the line of scrimmage. I'm talking 5 yards, maybe 10 at the most, but in the middle of the field. So they've kind of taken a cue from maybe other teams they might have seen from the Big Ten and started running these crossing routes right over the middle where maybe their defense wasn't so good at covering, and trying to apply that to their offense. So
a little defensive self-scouting led to their offensive game plan.
Yeah, exactly. So
one way to do it.
Yeah. It's evolution, You grow up eventually. Defense. Let's talk defense. We got their defense is one of the best in the country. I can't lie. I can't sugarcoat it. I can't make it look appetizing like Sparty. I mean, they're allowing 16 points a game. That's 6th in the country. Total yardage 306. That's 6th in the country. Through the air, 178. Rushing 128. 4.5 yards per play. I will listen to the argument that their strength of schedule is not the greatest, and maybe they pad their stats against some of the Big Ten's weaker half. But they're going against, so to contrast that, they're going against the number one offense in the country that puts up 47 a game, puts up 560 yards a game, throws for 362, runs for almost 200, and puts up almost 8 yards per play. So
right. So you say, well, what's Michigan's defense do best, and what does Ohio State's offense do best?
Exactly.
I don't know. What does Michigan think we do best? Because, like you said, if you want us to run for 200 or 250, we can, we will. Mm-hmm. It won't even be an issue. We can pass for 500 too, if you want. So that's the balance, right? Like, yep. What do they do? How do they slow down that pass attack while still keeping enough men near the line of scrimmage to contain our run?
Well, yeah, and Shawn, what do you think?
Every team's got the same problems. Most of them don't face it well.
Shawn, you think you blitz a C.J. Stroud, or do you drop 8 and make him find open guys?
I think they'd like to get there with their front four. They got 2 studs in that Ajabo and Hutchinson. Those guys are legit. I've watched them play.
Yeah.
Those fuckers, they get after it, man.
Yeah.
And
oh, yeah. That's the best part of their defense, I think.
They're both NFL dudes. Big time.
Ajabo has 10 sacks, 5 forced fumbles. Hutchinson, 9 sacks, 2 forced fumbles.
Oh, I think it's the best 2 players on the team.
Go ahead, Shawn. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I would say so. I mean, so that's – I think they're going to try and get there with 4. But if they're not, they'll get pressure on Stroud. Some way, somehow, I'm guessing.
Flip
because
sides.
I just think with those guys, I don't know. They're going to find spots in your zones, whatever you're dropping back into.
Yeah.
And carve you apart, or we're going to hand it to Henderson and just. So I don't know. It's pick your poison with Ohio State. I have trust in Ryan Day's offense, but this is a legit team we're going against. It's not. They better bring it. I mean, this is going to be a football game,
right?
Michigan is itching for this one. I mean,
it's about time they started caring.
Right. So what would Michigan's another team that would say the offense the level of ours? I mean, what else is? I mean, comparable to Michigan. So for them, what team have they played that's comparable to ours type offense where they can hurt you running or passing? What is Michigan? Have they played another team like us?
Sparty treated them like that. Sparty passed on them and ran on them.
Okay, I mean, outside of Michigan State, who got 37 was the winning score?
Yeah.
39, 37?
37. Yeah.
But they played any? What kind of other?
That was
offenses
five rushing touchdowns, though.
Yeah, 190 yards from the tailback, 5 touchdowns. So what? I mean, what other offenses have they faced with like the passing attack that we can present to them?
There's not one, dude. They played
They're
Michigan,
really,
Washington, Northern Illinois, Rutgers, Wisconsin, Nebraska, Northwestern, Indiana.
Nebraska would be the closest, I guess.
And that's a stretch.
That's a long stretch. Armstrong stretch.
I would say Maryland's passing offense, if Talia could hit a receiver in the end zone, that would have been a closer game.
But at the same time in that game, you had Maryland's offensive line getting abused,
right?
Physically, just manhandled by Michigan's D line. So, if Michigan's front 4 can't manhandle our front 5, what happens then? So that's the big question. Yeah, we have to protect the edge. I mean, for Friere and Dwan Jones, yeah, they got pros. I mean, they're pros. They think they're pros. They're going to have pros against them all day. So that is going to be huge. If we can protect and not have C.J. Stroud running for his life, I don't know what they're.
That's the game.
Yeah,
that's the game right there.
You got Daxton Hill. He's got 7 pass defenses, 2 INTs. I think that secondary is the weak point on Michigan's team entirely.
He's a stud, but the rest is sketchy. I mean, he's a Sunday player for sure.
Yeah, I didn't want to not give credit to him, but most of my credit, Ojabo and Hutchinson are for sure legit. I mean, they're not getting overlooked by any means by anyone.
Right,
Daxton Hill, but
that tells me that you probably, if you got stud DNs, maybe you probably have run right at them like they did to Karlaftis.
That's exactly what I would do. That's exactly what I would do. You run your fucking 3. I love their 3 tight end sets.
Yeah.
When we had Rossi and Rucker and Stover on the field. Yeah, just run all 3. Run your shifts, your motions. Fucking power them boys inside and out them. If you beat on a rush end all game, it can wear on them.
Yeah, so we're going to expect pressure. That's not a question mark. It's a matter of our 4 tackles, like Shawn likes to call them, our 4 tackles and the center protecting CJ. And, I got a couple questions after we get into our predictions. Really, it's about, offensively. I think defensively is where I have my concern, stopping the run. I know we've been good all year, and Harbaugh thinks it's still 1985, and he wants to pound the shit out of the ball and then pop, some guys with some over-the-middle passes and things like that. Shawn, what do you think? You think this Buckeye front 7 has what it takes? I mean, we didn't see any Cody Simon this week, which was concerning. We didn't see any Taraja Mitchell on the field except for special teams. We saw Steele at linebacker
and Eichenberg.
And
a lot of AE too. AE was there.
No, he was out. He didn't play at all.
No. He didn't play in that game?
No,
Did I not see 21?
He was on the unavailable list. The only 21 you saw was Zevin Pryor.
All right.
So, Shawn, what do you think from a Buckeye defense point of view? How do you think this D line really stands up to that Michigan run game?
Well, I think you're going to need big games out of the tackles. All of them. It's going to be a day. It's going to be a long day. And I think we'll be getting guys in and out of there. But Haskell Garrett seems fired up, man. And I think he wants to close it out strong. And it all starts with them on our D-line, I feel.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think, especially if they get home early and make some plays on that D-line, they seem to feed off of that like they did this week. Once Haskell started making plays, Tyreek started making plays, Zach, they all just – and then Tyleek came in. He was making plays. Yeah,
look, I haven't seen him in a while.
They feed off of that, yeah. So let's get into our score predictions, and then I got a very important question for you at the end. Buckeyes favored by 7.5 as of right now. Over-under is 65.5. Let's start with Jeff. How you see this playing out?
As much as I want to say 79-0, and Day trying to get to 100 and just running out of time, literally. I think not knowing obviously the weather forecast up in at A2. I just realized that these Michigan idiots they refer to it as A2. Yeah. So
they're smart. They're smart people.
Up in A2, not A squared, of course not, but A2. I don't know what the weather's going to be, but I got to take the under. You're at 65 on the over, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You said 65. I gotta go. Oh fuck. 38-16. That puts me under.
Okay. Right now, I got a forecast of 10-mile-an-hour winds, high of 34, low of 24. So noon
no
game.
No precipitation.
No, just cloudy.
Oh, you could have told me that before my predictions, but then
change it. I didn't write it down yet.
I don't know. It's hard to see how this game might end out. I mean, this game, if we get up 21-0, I mean, it'll be a bloodbath just like last week. But I'll stay with it. I'll say 38-16. I'll stay with it.
Okay. I have a 13% chance of precipitation, by the way. Just FYI.
Noon game, cold weather, but yeah.
That's going to be your warmest temps, though, in that afternoon.
I'm not expecting to win this score prediction either. I hope I don't. I hope you can have it again, Joe, so you can claim your fucking trophy. Because I know you're keeping score because I know you probably had a trophy made for the occasion. So
yeah, it's glorious. I've seen it.
Shawn, what do you think?
I got. I still think the offense is going to be clicking, and I think we get to about our average points. I'm going Buckeyes 45, Michigan 27.
Ooh, damn!
They score points on us, man. Fucking tight ends have big plays against us. They end up scoring more points than they usually do. We always end up scoring more, but I don't know. Most of the games don't look pretty for the most part. Even the two games we blew out, they scored over 30. Now, granted, we were in the 60s one game, but
well, I'm going.
We end up giving up points.
I'm going low-scoring affair for a Buckeye game. I'm going 34-13, and I think because of the low temperatures, I think it's going to be a little chilly. Hanging on the ball is not going to be very fun. The wind doesn't bother me because we, Stroud threw it around 2 weeks ago in 50-mile-an-hour winds in Columbus. So, fine with that. But I think, Michigan's defense is legit. They're gonna, they're gonna get some pressure, and we'll probably hold them down because they don't really have like a really great quarterback that's going to distribute the ball well. If they get that running game going, things could get a little sideways for us. But with our defense playing the run so well, I feel really strongly that we're going to hold that under, under $150 total rushing. So, yeah, Buckeyes 34-13, definitely cover. Not just because I have money on that game. Definitely not going to hit the over. I'm not sure how that happens in that weather. Seems a little aggressive for me.
But you figure the last couple of years though, it was what, you're looking at 60 some, 30 some, 55, 20 some. So we have been able to get up big on them. I picked for it too. I think their defense is better than it has been. More like their 2016, 17 teams. Those type of defenses. Whereas the last 2 years they were just praying for. Or the last years prior to COVID, they were just praying for us to get hit by a meteor. Right. According to their message boards I read last night, I'll tell you what. If you want an hour to kill, go to a Michigan message board on a day Ohio State dominates their opponent. Oh, holy shit, that is awesome. That was for an hour. I just sitting here down in the basement just scrolling, just enjoying. Yeah, they're not confident. I don't know what the team feels like, but their fan base is not confident.
Yeah, you think that has to permeate through to the team at some point.
They want one of our coaches to come teach their team, our offense. Yeah. It's awesome.
What's that?
I tell you what, though. Go ahead, Shawn. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying it's disrespect to them. Yeah.
If that's how you want to use it. So let's get into our microscopes. Jeff, let's start back around with you. Who do you have on offense?
Well, can you remind us of the microscopes from last week?
I can.
And see how we did with who we picked to keep an eye on.
Oh, you want to know who you had last week, eh?
On the flat production. Sorry, we didn't have discuss it in the pre-show.
Wilson and Zach Harrison.
They look, yeah. Zach and Tyreek both had great games. But on offense this week, up in the fucking A2, these fucking idiots. Trey Henderson. Okay. We've been saving you all year, buddy. We've been giving you 8 carries, 12 carries, blah blah blah.
I think he's been a little dinged up too. I think he's had a knee for the last few weeks.
Yeah, maybe. So, which is fine. If he's healthy, Trey Henderson shows out. All right. I would take the over/under on yardage for Trey, 170. I'd take the over.
Oh, that's aggressive.
Over 170. I think he could do it. I mean, if we let him play, if Ryan Day's serious about wanting to go at him, and not put the brakes on, and ease up if they do get up big, Trey could have a huge day.
Shawn,
so Trey Henderson.
All right, gotcha. Shawn, who do you have on offense?
On offense, man, there's so many to choose, and I guess I'm gonna.
You can't go wrong.
I know you really can't.
You could even go Maya and Williams if you wanted to.
Right.
I think Olave, he started his Buckeye fame playing Michigan, basically.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be his last time playing Michigan, and I'm hoping to see him go out with a bang. Close to 100, at least one touchdown.
Bang. Yeah.
That would make my day too. I'm a huge Olave fan. Would love to see him go out because of what he's done.
And that was up in Ann Arbor, A2 as Jeff likes to call it, where Olave made his breakout. I like that, and I was right on page with you, but I went JSN. I'm going JSN because I think he likes to work the middle of the field, and I think there's going to be some serious opportunities for him. This is definitely going to be a 100-yard day for Jackson. Going huge in the middle, as I like to do.
If I could go 1B, man, I was going to go with either left or right tackle, DeJuan Jones or Petit Free.
Yeah.
To me, again, that's where this game's going to come down.
Yeah, I think all three of us are in agreement that the right and left tackle play will decide the game, maybe, or how the game goes at least. Maybe not decide the win or loss, but decide how the game tempo goes.
Can't be letting those guys get strip sacks and letting Stroud get 100 feet and shit. I mean,
sure. But yeah, I mean, if you look at, we have 7, we have the 5 linemen, and then any of the other 6 you could pick. to say, oh, you could have 2 touchdowns today. Any of the other 6.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this might be a Ruckert day. This might be a Ruckert and Stover day. Remember, we came out against Clemson in the Sugar Bowl, and the first fucking 2 of the first 3 touchdowns were to tight ends, and like nobody saw that. So it's just whatever they give us. If they're doing a shell on Garrett and Olave, then yeah, JSN's going to fucking dominate in the middle with 15 catches or whatever. You know, if they drop 8, well then Trey Henderson's going to run for 200 yards.
I feel like
potentially.
I feel like they kind of tucked away Ruckert in their pocket a little bit, and yeah, he could go off.
Yeah, and because also they
haven't shown this for weeks, man.
And he's the type of player. And he's the type of player that won't be an issue. Like, you wouldn't cause an issue with him or the team by doing that, because Ruckert would just take it and be like, I get it. You know, it's just but you know, you can't. Some guys you can't do that with. Like, we're gonna hide you back here a little bit.
Yeah. So let's get into defense. Jeff, who do you have on defense?
I'm thinking right now. As what I talked about, J.J. McCarthy being their wrinkle, you know, their main wrinkle. I think there's going to be a lot of work with him. So we're going to need a linebacker bullet maybe to spy him, because he can run. Ronnie Hickman. Get Ronnie Hickman up by the line of scrimmage. Keep an eye on J.J. McCarthy if that package comes in.
Got it. Shawn, who do you have on defense?
Well, I pretty much already bragged him up. I'm going with Haskell Garrett. I think if we can get some push up the front, our ends are playing solid, and they can slow that run down and let the linebackers fill the gaps.
Got it. Yeah, I'm going similar thought. I'm going Steele Chambers, snagging your guy, and
big pick. Love that.
I want to see more of those form tackles in the hole, as I am.
I know.
Enjoying.
I'd like to see him if that Braylon Edwards or whatever his name is out there, Donovan Edwards.
Oh.
Yeah, don't say Braylon Edwards.
Yeah,
Braylon Edwards dominated us.
Bad thoughts.
Yeah,
bad thoughts.
Have Steele Chambers mirrored him.
Maybe, yeah. I am curious to see if they're gonna break him out for this game and use him a lot, Donovan Edwards. So that'll be interesting. So
he's got the highest ceiling of everybody back there.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I think so too. But yeah, if Corum's healthy, he's produced. You know, he's established. Mm-hmm. They're gonna get Corum the ball if he's back healthy. Yeah. But you know, there's gonna be those wrinkles. There's gonna be those sets. You know, Donovan Edwards, McCarthy, gonna have some packages, running some read option, that type of shit.
And look, maybe they don't trust him with the ball. He fucking puts it on the ground.
Yeah. Well, that's why. Yeah, that's why J.J. McCarthy might not get a lot of snaps. He was against Michigan State. He put 2 on the ground, cost him the game potentially. You know.
No, that's true. I'm just thinking hardball.
They played him a lot against games they were in control of or opponents that they controlled. You know.
Yeah, I understand.
So I'm not too concerned about McCarthy. I think he's just going to be a one-trick pony, and yeah, maybe he'll get a first down or 2 here or there running, but he's not going to go 80 yards for a touchdown or some shit.
Well, my only thought was just the wrinkle of, you know, having more packages in different parts of the game than they've typically showed him. Just Hardball using him as just a change up.
Yeah.
In what we might be scouting, because if they've never seen him play in the second quarter, then maybe they bring McCarthy in for 2 or 3 series in the second quarter. They run some read option and some other shit that they don't normally, not their normal offense, more spread out. Just to kind of throw it off. I'm not concerned about McCarthy's arm talent or his total skill, but you know, just as that wrinkle, whereas some plays that they always pull some shit that, like, it looks like we've never seen before, where there's a tight end on a bootleg wide open. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Just throw the sink at us.
Go back to the tight end and this and that, and all kinds of stuff.
They won all the marbles.
Yeah, we want all.
Yeah.
I think he was saying we haven't lost our marbles. We want all the smoke, and he's like, "We just want all the marbles."
So this is my big question that I want to end the show with. If Michigan plays this way, the Buckeyes will score 100 points. Think about it. Put some thought into it. I'll talk about some other stuff. You guys think about that. I want to run through these Heisman odds. You guys think about that question, and I'm going to talk for a bit. Okay. CJ's Heisman odds. He's the front runner right now. He is at minus 210. Bryce Young of Alabama at plus 160, even after his big, almost 600-yard game. Matt Corral, Ole Miss, has no shot. This guy's at plus 2,500. Kenneth Walker, no shot, plus 2,800. Kenny Pickett, plus 3,300, the quarterback from Pittsburgh. So CJ is the leader, not necessarily in the clubhouse, but he's hanging out in front of it, talking to his caddy, maybe brushing up on his putts or something, maybe chipping. So let's start with you, Jeff, on my question to you. If Michigan plays this way, the Buckeyes will score 100.
Well, easily, I'll say foolishly. But if they try to play, I think if they try to go Don Brown defense on us, where it's fucking we're blitzing 6 every time, we're just going to be in your face. Man, of course, man across the board, zero coverage. You're done for. And I think they've learned that lesson. When they saw 62 get posted a couple years back, they said, maybe not, Don. Maybe we don't want to ever do this again. But I think that's number one. If they just try to just all-out blitz us, I think they get burned big. Because blitzes always lead to big plays if they're not, covered correctly or, handled correctly.
Okay. Shawn, what do you think? You got another angle or basically the same program?
Well, you should have lowered that number to 60.
It's a general number. It's not like a real number.
But if the easy answer is Michigan has to play like Michigan State and we'll fucking score 100 if we want. But Ryan Day, for as much as he kind of wants to, that he won't, is even more of an in-your-face kind of. He'll run it up enough, but he's not going, into the 70s and stuff. Ryan Day always pumps the brakes. He will blow you out the first half and maybe part of the third quarter, but then it is Slowsville the rest of the way.
If there wasn't a Big Ten championship game the next Saturday, I would disagree with you. But saying that we're going to probably play Wisconsin next week, yeah, you got to take the foot off the gas and give your guys a rest, just like he did this week with Michigan State. I agree 100% with you, Shawn.
Hey, do you guys honestly think though, if Ryan Day Saturday, the way that game started and the way it was, the first half, so you going to halftime, if Ryan Day said, we're not coming out of the game, we'll do our normal substitutions as people get tired or whatever, but we're not changing people. We're going to go as usual. We're not changing. Do you think we hit 100 points yesterday? We just play our same game. I'm not saying we go overboard and try. I'm saying we run our same game from the first half to the second. Do you think we hit 100 points?
Probably not, because a lot of things have to go your way, like they did.
100 points is hard to do, man. I scored 79 in high school. It's hard to do.
We're at 49, and I think we could have scored at least 4 more touchdowns, 5 more touchdowns. Got to 75, 80 maybe if you want.
Yeah, you got to get more possession. You need more possessions.
That's okay. That's what I'm saying. Like we would need turnovers or like interceptions for touchdowns, type to safeties, whatever.
Right, and that's hard to get. you can go 3 and out only so many times.
No, we scored 79 and we won 79-0 last year. My last game, my senior year, we ended up forcing a fumble on one of their kick returns and returned it for a touchdown. I mean, it took plays like that to get the 79.
Yeah, you got to get turnovers for touchdowns and shit like that. That's the only way. So let's quickly end with your CFP top 4 now. I'm guessing everybody's going to lose one team out of that.
Mine's changed a lot.
I would hope.
Go ahead, Shawn. Shawn, go first.
Trying to think what I had last week. I didn't write it down, but I'm going to go this week. Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, Michigan.
Ooh, Michigan up there. Okay, I like it. Oh. Okay. Jeff, who do you have?
I actually have the exact same 4 as Shawn.
Oh. Makes it
Georgia, Ohio State 2, Bama 3, Michigan 4. Now, obviously, that'll change after a week, and we don't know who's going to slide in that 4th spot. Cincinnati, I thought about keeping Cincinnati in at 4, to be honest, with Oregon getting out. But
yeah,
I know, but I'm going into the hype, man. I'm in the hype machine for this fucking 4 versus 6, or 2 top 5s almost. So I'm gonna bounce Cincinnati out. I'm gonna move Michigan in. Oregon, get the fuck out of here. Paper Tiger. Oklahoma, you suck too. Fuck off. You're never getting in. I'm leaving it open for Cincinnati to get in next week though, because I plan on Michigan being gone. Cincinnati might be in that top 4.
I think it's interesting that you guys still have Bama at 3. A close win to an Arkansas team didn't really drop them much to you. So I'm going to leave them in too, but I'm just going to slot them.
Yeah, but Michigan doesn't deserve 3. Maybe Cincinnati deserves 3, but Michigan doesn't deserve 3.
That's my top 4. I'm going Georgia, Ohio State, Cincinnati, Bama. And Cincinnati handled their business. They finally were able to blow somebody out. Fickle finally decided, you got to actually put up points and make it look good. So
begrudgingly,
I know he didn't want to. We all know he didn't want to do that. But it's not about maybe disrespecting the opponent. It's more about helping your team.
It's not show friends; it's show business.
I still think they'd be a double-digit dog to any team that you just named in the top 4.
I agree 100%. Yeah.
Yes, but they will.
I'm also slotting them at number. I'm also slotting them at number 3 because we've played them first.
Okay.
I slotted mine the way because I want to play Bama and then I want to play Georgia. I want to go through the whole goddamn South just like General Sherman and burn the whole fucking thing to the ground. I want Bama, cut their throats, leave them for dead, avenge last year's loss, and then curb stomp then Georgia. That's how I want to see it. I want to see us play Bama. I don't give a fuck who's 2, who's 3. That doesn't matter to me. But I want to go through both of them. I think that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate fuck you to everybody in the South. We got Clemson last year. Bama got us. Let's get Georgia. They've been running their fucking mouths for a decade now, talking about how good they are. They just never make the playoffs because they're in such a good conference. Fuck you. Right. Yeah. Bama, then Georgia, both dead.
How you really feel?
We got it. I just want to show the whole South. Just fuck them up. Be able to beat both 2 SEC teams in a year. I just want to be able to have that accomplishment. Get that, put that on my wall. On the pelt.
Ohio State can play the same game they played Saturday. I think they're gonna destroy anyone.
Yeah, I think so too.
I can't imagine. I mean, you got to have. I don't know how many pros Georgia has on their defense. I'm guessing 4.
Probably 11 to 14.
11 to 14, maybe all of them. I don't know, but We have pros across the board. If they got pros across the board, cool. Let's have a fucking scrimmage, man. Pros on pros.
Oh, I love pros. Huge fan of the pros.
Yeah. Cheaper the better.
They know what they're doing. Amateurs have no clue.
They know when to leave.
Yeah. So yeah, it's probably a good place to stop. So yeah, great show, boys. As always, we appreciate you folks listening. This is what we live for. We've been grinding it, all season long. Week 13 sounds weird to say because it's an odd number, but with the bye week. So as always, we appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the site. Hit us up on social media. Let us know what you think of this show. Things you like, things you don't like, whatever. Jeff and Shawn, gonna eat some turkey and then beat some Wolverine. What do you guys think of that? Can't wait.
Bro, I want to say one thing. Eating some turkey Thursday, big game Saturday. I'm gonna be with a good close family friend of all of ours, who's also a Michigan fan, which is always nice to watch a Ohio State Michigan game with the opposing fans.
Yeah.
Especially the last 5 years, I've been able to enjoy that. But this is it, man. This is it. We're betting posting our opposing flags in front of our houses for a week. That's the bet this year because he won't do $100. He won't do $100 anymore. That's caught up to him a little bit over the last couple of years. So so the loser's gonna have to post up the winner's flag at the house at the homestead for a month just a week. So either one of you can make it to Apopka, Florida Saturday. We're gonna have a smoked turkey and a deep fried turkey. Second Thanksgiving Thursday in Apopka, if you all can make it up there. Shawn, I was kind of hoping you could get down for it.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little tough.
Yeah. The turkey or the trip?
Yeah, I'm not in full travel mode yet, but
yeah,
I will be going down to Ohio for that.
Nice. When you guys have any quick plans for next Sunday?
Next Sunday?
Yeah, a week from today.
Everybody
back in the mainland.
Oh yeah, I'll be back home. I'll just be recuperating. Probably still relishing the victory from Saturday night.
Okay.
I might be on our family friend's couch. Might not even make it home Saturday.
Oh.
We got a lot of shit planned, bro. we're gonna have about 30 people over. It's gonna be a good time.
I like. Shawn, you going back to Detroit over the weekend?
I'm not sure yet what my plans are. I'm going down to. I was thinking about going to this game, but last time I went to the Ohio State Michigan game was when Tim Biakabatuka fucking ran all over us. I was there.
Make me sick. 98.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Was that 95?
Oh,
that's too long ago. Yeah, too far.
That was the last time. Might be the last time I was in the big house. Maybe one other time. So I don't know. I didn't want to be a jinx.
I don't think it's you. I don't think it's you. So, all right. Well, great show, boys. As always, we will hit you people up next week. I'll have the press conferences released as they come out. So check them out. Get nice insight from Coach Day. Schedule's probably going to be a little fucked up this week with a holiday on Thursday. So just keep an eye out on your podcast platform of choice, and we'll stick them out there for you. Jeff and Shawn, appreciate you. Can't wait for this week. It's going to be a long week. Seems like this is always a long week, even with the holiday. By Thursday morning, I'm like so wins the game.
Right.
All right, man.
All right. Take care, boys. We'll see you.